Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we are going to talk about a moment of reflection in the 2020 U.S. presidential primary race, specifically about Andrew Yang's unsuspending, how to get there as a goal, the reasons for it, and the approach. Okay, so first we have to kind of acknowledge a moment in this 2020 U.S. presidential primary race. I've been talking about this thing for well over a year, and I think I really started in about it's been a while. Yeah, I've been talking about it for coming up on a year now, and so here's where we are. Joe Biden is the nominee. Okay, the presumptive he's being referred to as the presumptive nominee. Right now, if you're an Andrew Yang fan, you understand that this is a massive problem, right? You know what a true leader looks like. You know what nobility, charisma, and intelligence looks like. And the reality is, I would say one of those three, Joe Biden doesn't have it all, and the other two are at levels much lower than Andrew Yang. And the reality is, right now we have a major problem, just a massive problem. Okay, which is Joe Biden. The idea that this is the candidate that we're going to go into, and this is the future we're choosing. We're saying, okay, America's signing up for an 86-year-old president, and that's just a massive problem. Any way you shake that tree, it's good fruit doesn't come off of it. It doesn't. And so we really need to talk about this. So let's talk about Biden for a minute. So there's so many questions that surround him. One, can he beat Donald Trump? Almost certainly not. The idea, one, I don't think that Biden is going to be able to stand toe to toe with. I don't think Biden's going to be able to stand toe to toe with Donald Trump. And the reason why is he had an opportunity to do it 4 years ago and he skipped it. And I honestly think he would have been incredibly hard-pressed to beat Donald Trump 4 years ago. Now, considerably older than Donald Trump, and considerably emotionally, and, I'm an evangelical Christian, so I'll say it. I just think, Joe Biden, there's a physical presence for a human, there's an emotional presence. Some of us believe there's a spiritual one, and I think he's been through the ringer on at least two of those. Right? Actually, I know for a fact that he's been through the ringer on all three. And you know how I know that? I remember when he had a subconjunctival bleeding right from his eye in the middle of an interview, right? So I know this is not, great for him. I also paid attention and saw Bernie October 2019, that's going to go down in history forever. And Joe Biden has every single attribute to repeat that any day, right? And there is incredible strain on him, mental and physical strain, every single day, driving him toward that Bernie October 2019 event for himself. And so it's just, this is just a terrible idea. The idea that Joe Biden is going to be able to beat Donald Trump is ludicrous. I think to any true Democrat, if you're paying attention, this is a problem, right? All right, let's talk about even if Joe Biden were be able to beat Donald Trump, what are the odds that he could finish even a single year of the presidency? Virtually none. Okay, he struggles routinely with interviews. He has a mumble that's starting, right? Just like it's only 5 or 10 seconds right now, but what happens if that grows, right? You have to be able, Andrew Yang went on and did an AMA that lasted for 8 hours long, right? You need that type of endurance for the hardest job in the world, okay? The odds that he would be able to finish even a single year of his term are slim to none. And it has never, ever been done. There has never been an 80-year-old president of the United States of America. So anybody's like, yeah, this is going to work out fine. You're talking out, you're talking out of an orifice of your body that ain't your mouth, right? Because the reality is nobody knows if it can be done. And we just saw really strong evidence in October 2019 that it can't, right? So this is a super bad idea for 55 different reasons. It's just a bad idea, okay? All right. Also, I took the time and I sat down and I watched Joe Biden talk for 45 minutes, actually ask questions and, come close to completing a 45-minute interview with just his own talking and his own ideas. He had a lot of help from a lot of people, and that's okay, right? And he was sharp during that interview. He did fine. He can finish a 45-minute interview. He can finish a 45-minute town hall. Whoop-de-doo. Like, we're setting the bar so low, it's ridiculous, right? But in there, he said himself, what we're going to need to do right now is a whole lot of hard work. And he's 100% right? I work hard at my job, and these are challenging times right now, right? And I can tell you right now, I think every knowledge worker in the world is working harder right now than they were even 3-6 months ago, okay? So when you look at Joe Biden, and he says it's going to be a whole lot of hard work, what's that mean? That means a 10-hour day, a 12-hour day, a 14-hour day. How many days a week? Not 4, not 5, but 6, 7 days a week. Sometimes working through 2, 3, 4, 5 weekends in a row, right? Working 60, 70, 80 hours a week, making the hardest decisions in the world, okay? That's what Joe Biden is pointing to, and he's 100% right. So when you have a job, right, let's just say you're a small business owner, and you say, hey, I have a job. This job requires 10 to 12 to 14 hours a day, and you're probably going to have to work weekends. And then you go find the perfect person for that. You're going to take a 79-year-old person, somebody who's 13 years past retirement, and give that to them? In any job, in any small owner who did that, any small business owner who did that, the community would say, this is outrageous. You can't make somebody work 10, 12, 14 hours a day, right? And that small business owner would say, yeah, you're right. That's unfair of me. And we're doing this as a nation. Joe Biden is a guaranteed death of retirement if he succeeds, right? The Republicans will take this ball and run with it so hard, and we will never get retirement back if he succeeds. And if he fails, which is massively likely, right? We don't even know what that looks like, but it ain't going to be good. It's going to be controlled dissent at best. It is a mess. This is a hot mess, okay? We need Andrew Yang to unsuspend. That's where all this goes to, right? The smartest boss I ever had told me, I laughed at him when he said this, but these words echo through my head every single day. He said, Scott, you're going to spend a third of your time deciding what you're going to do, a third of your time executing, and a third of your time telling people what you did, okay? Now, you don't do that every day, but he had a massive message that I will never forget. You need to know what you're going to do. And what we need to do right now is we, as the American voter, we must get Andrew Yang to unsuspend to save us from this Biden future, okay? It's critical. The only thing we haven't decided is how to do it. We don't know how to do it yet. We then need to execute. I've already started that. I'm executing. I'm calling for Andrew Yang to unsuspend. I have added him on Twitter. I am using my 2,000 followers on YouTube to call publicly and vocally and as loudly as I possibly can for him to unsuspend. It is critically important. Okay? Critically important. All right. You know what? I forgot one more thing on Joe Biden. He promised a female vice president. It's almost a certainty that VP will take over within his first term. I think it's out. I think for any doctor to say that what Biden's doing is outrageously ridiculous. There's no precedence. They're literally just talking out an orifice that's not their mouth, right? Like they just don't know, right? They're guessing, right? And frankly, I don't think any doctors have really run any metrics or tests or anything to determine. It's like the doctors who are saying this, where are they getting that information? I don't know. It's a good question, So, but the first female VP, which Biden has promised, is almost certain to be a female president. Okay, but that would mean our first female president is not going to be elected. I don't think that's a good path, right? We are heading toward a female president. Do we want it to happen this way? It doesn't seem like a good path. And if it goes down badly, which at the best possibility, it's gonna be rough, right? It could really shed a really dark light on our first president, our first female president. There's so many problems with the Biden future. It's so many problems, okay? Back to Andrew Yang. So we need to decide how to get him to unsuspend. It's important. It's critical, okay? All right. So, and then we need to execute on each one of us has to figure out a way to call for Andrew Yang in a winsome, fun, innovative, friendly manner to unsuspend, okay? It's critical. We have to do this now, okay? The way you execute will be upon you. You can choose whatever path you need, but as an American voter, you need to do this because America cannot have a Biden future. We need Andrew Yang to unsuspend and to save America. Now let's have that conversation. Save America from what? Okay? I come to you with a very true, genuine heart. I love politics. This is my spectator sport. I genuinely care for this nation. And when I do political commentary, I want to bring truth to you. All this is my opinion, but I don't ever want to say something that's false, right? And so what is Andrew Yang saving us from? Well, he's saving us from a good future. A good future. Not a terrible future, not an apocalyptic future. A good future. Why does America need to be saved from a good future? Because we can be great. And we can be amazing. And we can be awesome. And we can be spectacular. And we can be unprecedentedly successful. Good is not good enough for America. I read a great business book, one of the best I ever read. It's called Good to Great. And that book has the premise that good is the enemy of great. Not bad. Good is the enemy of great. Many good companies fail to be great companies because they're good and they settle. And frankly, I'll tell you right now, last 4 years with Trump, pretty darn good. Let's say it flat out. Ain't nobody starving in America. There's been tremendous wealth that's been created. We have created incredible technology that is copied and stolen all over the world. We have made the best entertainment industry that the world has ever seen in history. We are ahead in medicine. We are ahead in entertainment. We are ahead in technology. We are crushing it. We had a good 4 years under Trump. And if Trump gets elected, we're going to have another good 4 years. Okay? And if Biden gets elected, we're going to have a good 4 years. But it's not good enough. We can be great. We have been great. We should be great now. I want great. I want unprecedented. I want amazing. I want awesome. And only Andrew Yang can get us there. Only Andrew Yang can get us there. We should not be mired in the good. We should ascend to the top of the great mountain. We should be on top of the world. Even Biden admits, yeah, we're the only remaining superpower. That's it. That's all there is, right? And we deserve great. And the only person who can get us there is Andrew Yang. And his moment is 2020. 2020. Yang 2020. I am telling you, you cannot wait for 2024. If we do, you will see that 2024 was not Yang's moment. It was 2020. We cannot wait around. It is absolutely critical. Who can save America from good? You and me. We have got to do it. We have got to convince Andrew Yang to unsuspend immediately. We've got to do it. We've got to do it in a winsome way, a friendly way, an innovative way. We have to do this in the right way. And the reason why we don't get to do it the Trump way, right? We don't just get to use whatever tools we've put onto our belt, some of which are terrible tools. We have to do it the right way. So please join me in thinking and doing. And you don't have to do it every day. I'm doing it every day. I'm seeing what I can do to get Andrew Yang to unsuspend every day. But we all have different levels of commitment. But you definitely this week need to think, how can I get Andrew Yang to unsuspend? Try something. do something. We've got to take action on this. We need to save America from good. We are great. We can be great. But we have got to get this Biden future out of our path, because it is not a future we deserve. We deserve a great future, and we're only going to get it with Andrew Yang. All of that is my opinion. I'd love to hear your opinion. Let me know in the comments below. Please consider liking and subscribing. Have a wonderful millennium.